the youth movement has been at the forefront of this Red Sox revival here, and it certainly starts with Ceddanne Rafaela, who not too long ago, some people wanted to label as a bench player, utility guy, odd man outfield guy, trade chip, that whole thing.
Sure.
And now,
did you know who he was a month ago, Andy? Did you think? Did you ever possibly foresee not only Ceddanne Rafaela entrenching himself as a core piece of the Red Sox and said youth movement going forward? Did you see him as potentially like a Mookie Betts-like powerhouse figure that would be the linchpin to the offense's turnaround?
I'll let Rafi Devers answer that for me. No. And I still don't know who he is long term. You know, I do generally fall into the recency bias and all of that.
It's okay. No shame.
Pretty sure this is not sustainable, what Ceddanne Rafaela is doing. But
oh, you mean going up against one of the best closers in all of baseball, having the guy throw you a 97-mile-an-hour slider away, busting, getting fooled on it, but still finding a way to take out your 7-iron and hit it 430 feet over Lansdowne Street for a game-winning home run on a Friday night?
No,
That's
actually think
otherworldly right now.
I actually think that is sustainable. I'm starting to believe, and you guys know I have this word special. You know, this guy's special, that guy's not special. Roman Anthony has proven to me to be special. I think Rafaela's got a little special competitive athleticism. That's a word I like to use, competitive athleticism. And you know where it showed up to me? It was either yesterday or Saturday. He was in the gap to his right, headed towards the wall, and he missed the ball by 6 inches. And it bounced off, and I think Duran backed him up, and he got the ball. And while Duran is getting the ball back to the infield, Rafael is slamming his glove against the wall because he expected to make the catch. He expects the extraordinary to be ordinary for him. He believes in his ability to make special things happen because of his athleticism.
He doesn't run.
He can do
glides.
that. Yep.
He's so quick. He's cat-like in his reflexes, Andy. And is he strong? Oh, my God. Like, the kid just has everything. Like, we are just witnessing. It's like the movie you saw this weekend and enjoyed very much, although I know there's not a lot of origin story to this particular iteration. It's like a young Superman coming to learn just what he's capable of and what his powers mean to him. Like, we could legitimately, you know, given all hype and hyperbole right now, we could be watching the blossoming of a legitimate superstar in front of our eyes. The guy is hitting, I think his OPS for the past month is 1,000. His WAR is 4 at the halfway mark of the 2025 season, and he's winning games. So they sweep the Rays, right? I was there Thursday night. They win the game because he's got a double that knocks in 2. Final score, Red Sox 4-3. Friday night, I'll go so far as to say this. Not just the signature moment of the Red Sox season to date. That was, and please, if anyone disagrees, call or one of you 3 guys in the studio, let me know. That was the best moment in Boston sports of the year to date. The home run Friday night. Dave O'Brien had a baby. Will Fleming had 2. It was absolutely wild. And then all weekend long, just contribute. Yesterday's home run again. Just the kid is dynamic right now.
Yeah, he is. He's special. And one texter, 617-779-7937, says, "Don't you mean Insane Rafaela? Is that his nickname? Is that a workshop nickname? Insane Rafaela instead of Ceddanne?" Also, we have the 413 chiming in about our panda talk. We are not going here. Pandas are Chinese spies. The hell they are. They're the greatest animal that ever.
That is a texter who, unlike the Red Sox, is not tremendously locked in. We all might need to get some of those shirts, by the way.
So yes, Dan Ball.
To your point about Ceddanne being special as well in situations that are considered high leverage this season, in 73 plate appearances, 319 average, and a 912 OPS. So it legitimately goes up. Low leverage, 238 hitter, medium leverage, 286, high leverage, 319. As the stakes are rising, his game is elevated.
You know, I hate the analytics, except when they back up my eyeballs and verify what I just said off the top of my head.
Nice job, Dan
Ball.
I also really, and that was Ball Hawk. That right there is what I like to call anti-Devers, because you guys remember, yes, we've mentioned his name, so we'll have to reset the clock. Everybody.
Yeah, I thought you were the one who said we're not talking about Devers around here.
It's relevant in comparison because other people are getting more opportunities now because that absolute storm cloud of a human is elsewhere.
Did you
remember
almost
he was
swear?
hitting over 300 in non-high leverage situations, and when the Red Sox were losing, he was hitting 190.
Yeah, I do think there is something to this whole, and we did, again, another texter, the 978, said it's all Devers' fault. Let's blame him for all this. Okay. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but I'll choose to read that as non-sarcasm. We can blame Devers for this because they have turned a corner both victory-wise and energy-wise. The energy in that clubhouse, in that dugout, is phenomenal. Damn ball.
And I'm not necessarily in the business of giving Craig Breslow a lot of credit. I've been very critical of him compared to praising Alex Cora, but he did say in covering your own ass fashion after the trade, there's a good chance we win more games with him not here than with him here. And so far, to this point, I mean, he's kind of been bang on accurate.
Well, because they steered into the youth movement. This team finally, it didn't take St. Bregman coming back, although the 3-0 since he re-entered the lineup. It was always about coming to terms with your new identity and steering into the youth movement. That is who this team is. Meyer and Anthony and Rafaela, not Christian Campbell, who Andy wants to ship out of town for dimes on the dollar. And Brian Bayo.
Quarters on the dollar.
Quarters?
Yeah, I don't know about that right now.
I want to do it before it's pennies on the dollar. That's what I do want to do.
Honestly, be a penny stock pretty soon.
Yeah, no, they have changed the whole buzz about them, and I feel like we've rewound us personally to what we were doing in spring training. The buzz and the energy and the hope and the talk, because obviously they're winning. You just said something rather funny that I enjoyed. St. Bregman, 3-0 since he came back. Yeah, I'm not sure when the team won 7 in a row before you join the ship and you win 3 more, I'm not sure how much credit you get to add on to the winning streak. But hey, put it on his resume. St. Bregman, one of the 3 All-Stars that's in Atlanta right now, representing the Boston Red Sox, because it is All-Star Week here at WEEI Afternoons, which means what? Well, it means we have no games to talk about of really any kind other than the WNBA. It also means we'll be a little bit more creativity in our content this week. We will continue to talk about the New England Patriots at 4 o'clock every day, 4 o'clock football. Today, we're going to look at the most competitive position groups if you want to tune in at 4. But it also means we're going to take a look back, mid-season style, at the Boston Red Sox. What's sustainable? What isn't sustainable? Where they're going from here? Because we do have to acknowledge, Fitzy, if Ted Johnson is putting together a wet blanket manifesto to challenge our optimism here with the Boston Red Sox in this 10-game winning streak, it does start with, well, okay, they're good, but they've done this before. And you know what they always do? Post-All-Star break, post-trade deadline, month of August. Swoon, stink, tank, circle the drains. We'll get into that later, John.
Go in the toilet. Dude, the thing that we're really not making enough noise about is the starting pitching.
Okay.
I mean, so here's my favorite. At Sox Notes aggregated this for us, and this is just truly, truly next-level spectacular. Since June 10th, Garrett Crochet, Brian Bayo, and Lucas Giolito are a combined 13-2. Wow.
Sustainable?
With a 1.58. Okay, that's stank, and stunk in Red Sox pitching terms, right? With a 1.5 ERA, 119 point in the third innings pitched, 21 earned runs. Crochet, 6 games started, 4-0, about a 2 ERA. He's got a complete game now. Bayo, he's also got a complete game, 4-2 with a 2.06. Lucas Giolito, 6 games started, 5-0. Do you know what the ERA is, Andy?
I'm going to say 1.89.
How about 0.7?
0.7. Is that even really an ERA? It's like a fictitious number you dream about.
This is insane. What the top 3, like, oh, the Sox got to make a move. And yes, we do want them to make a move and be very assertive and aggressive. Be aggressive. Yes, be aggressive. But when you legitimately have a big 3 at the top of the order, or at least in the top of the rotation, you know, it sucks losing Dobbins the other night to a torn ACL that even, you know, all the rest of us are still wondering how the hell that's something. And Tristan Casas is like, wow, even I didn't do that. When you have 3 guys combined over that span with a group 1.58 ERA, I mean, you have a solid start of the rotation. Can they keep it up? That's the $10 million question.
It is absolutely the question. It is one of the reasons why Craig Breslow continues to advocate for adding pitching. He did it recently with Bradfo on the Baseball Isn't Boring podcast, and I agree with him. It causes you to look at deals probably a little differently. They're certainly not a desperate team right now because you can talk themselves into having 3 really good starters right now and other options in terms of depth and rounding out a rotation. But if an opportunity presents itself, like, say, I don't know, to pull a name out of a hat, as Will Fleming said last week before he got into feuds and fights with Will Clark. Pull a name out of a hat, Joe Ryan, if you added Joe Ryan to the top of the rotation and bump Bayo and Giolito down and go, wow, we really kind of go 4 deep now with pitchers we're really comfortable taking the mound. That's the biggest thing. But as I said to Jones and Keith, talking to those guys in the crossover, they brought up the question, what's the ceiling for the Boston Red Sox? It's absolutely World Series, and for me, it's about 2 people. 2 very simple people, 2 people that are in Atlanta right now at the All-Star game, Garrett Crochet and Aroldis Chapman. I am a big believer in baseball. If you start the postseason, which the Red Sox are in the postseason right now, they're not even the 3rd wild card, they're the 2nd wild card, and like George, what's his name? They're moving on up, right? The Jeffersons?
Jefferson.
How did I forget his name? His name is the name of the show.
You remember the name of the show, but you couldn't remember the last name of the lead character.
Well, the idiot that I am with this brain, I almost said George Jetson, and I'm like, it's not George Jetson. That's the guy in space. That's a sprockets and totally different thing. The Red Sox are moving on up. They're a playoff caliber team right now. If you make the postseason and you put Garrett Crochet out there for game 1, don't you believe no matter who you go against, you have the ability to win that game? Because
you have a chance to win. You have a chance to win the first 3 games, let alone always take game 1. And when your closer is throwing liquid heat, like as was put on the jocks of the Alpha Betas and Revenge of the Nerds, hell yeah! I mean, Chapman hits 99 without even having to strain himself. The dude is as I learned from Dan Ball last week, dialed as any pitcher in baseball right now.
The hell does dialed mean? Just dialed in?
Oh, you just don't bother saying dialed in. You just say dialed.